So slept on, no Tempur-Pedic, but that's why I gotta dream it, got a vision, now they see it. But they wanna ride, they used to hate, but it ain't gon' slide. I put this rapping on my life, I put this rapping on my dogs, no pedals. Don't care what them hoes say, no Cuervo. You say you really out here, but you ain't even there though. And I ain't talk about Robert when I say I need dinero, Man, I'm talking.
What is going on YouTube? So it is now the next day from the last video you saw on the H23A swap for this CG. Hope y'all enjoyed that last video though of the meet. Pretty dope, man. I think they have them every Saturday in Durham. I think I'm gonna try to start going, you know, almost every Saturday night, if not every other Saturday, depending on weather conditions, because it was pretty lit. So definitely want to try to make my way out there earlier next time. So hopefully we can catch a little bit more, but that was pretty cool. So yeah, but anyway, today we're gonna start working on getting this engine stripped down, get the trans took off. I think Jeff's gonna end up getting that transmission for the F20B wagon since his third is completely shot. And yeah, we're gonna try to get the flywheel out of that, put that on into the H. And the new clutch and stuff, which I left at the house, I'll bring it down, we'll mount that up, get this trans bolted on, and should basically have the hard part, like the everything but the wire harness together. Then we'll work on putting the wire harness on. And once we get that sorted, it'll be ready to drop back into the car. We got a lot of progress to make today, so hopefully we can get everything that we want done and get a little bit closer. Just right quick, I keep getting the same questions like over and over about this stuff, so I'm gonna tell it again, even though I know half the people don't watch the video all the way through, so they never really see me answer the question. But the harness that I always use is from Rywire. It connects the harness that I always use comes from Rywire. Let me cut this light on. Comes from Rywire, and it connects the distributor. You have to get the plug out of the distributor. So here's the plug that's in the distributor. You have to take it out for the CG models only. You have to take that plug out of the distributor. I'll show you what it looks like in the distributor. So if you look on here, if you look right there, see this plug that's connected to the distributor? When you unplug that thing right there has to come out, and you have to send it to Rywire, and they will make up your harness from that plug, so that when you put this in the car, it'll plug right into the harness that's in the car, no cutting wires, nothing. And there's your crank position sensor. You run that over there, and this goes to the distributor. And they send you a jumper harness because they know you're going to OBD1, so you can jump it to check the engine codes by how many times it blinks. And that's how I always do the distributor. So for anybody wondering, all you gotta do is contact Rywire and tell them what year car you got and what style, how many pins your distributor is, because some of them are 8 and some of them I believe are 10 or maybe 6 or something like that. But there's 2 different styles, and tell them which style you have, and they can bake your harness for you. Next, a guy asked me about the half shafts. All the Accord and H half shafts work together. The only difference is, I want to say the H half shaft, instead of it being female where you slide the axle in, I think it's male, so your axle will go onto it. And you don't want to run that really with an Accord, because you want to maintain the Accord axles and stuff. It just makes it easier. But other than that, everything swaps over. That's why I always tell you, man, Accords are the easiest thing to swap, because everything swaps right over. You don't have to buy shift linkage, all that stuff stays in the car. Same shift linkages, everything is the same. So it's basically take everything off this engine, put on that engine, stick it back in the car. The only thing is we're gonna, this transmission Jeff's gonna have, and we have a Prelude trans with shorter gears right here that we're gonna make to this engine and get him all set up. But yeah, for now I guess I'll go ahead, try to get this trans took off and get the wiring harness off, and yeah, check back in with y'all after I get that done. Alrighty guys, so got this bad boy pretty much stripped down. Clutches off, flywheel, all that's laying over there. Transmission sitting over there, ready for Jeff to pick up. Pretty much all that's left on this engine that we're gonna need is the throttle position, because it's always broke. And I want to say, yeah, that's about it. I may have one on this engine, but if not, I might have to run to my pops. The oil pressure sending unit is it's got a different plug style on those engines versus these, so I might end up having to go to my dad's shop. Like I got probably 8-9 harnesses down there, so I can just cut one out of one of those. But yeah, a lot of progress done in just a short period of time. Wire harness laying over there, looking pretty. Like I said, we're just about done with this. I'm gonna probably slide this baby somewhere out of the way and put the H23 in position so we can go ahead and start assembling stuff onto that, as well as pull that old harness off of it. And I may go ahead, since it's nice and dry out today, I may go ahead and bag the truck over here and set this F23 on in the bed of it, because I don't need it. And unless somebody really go ahead on and buys it, I'm gonna probably just junk it anyway. It runs and everything, but the timing, the tensioner, I think is giving out, because it created a lot of slack on the timing belt, and it, like, you can hear it flopping around, but it runs fine. Jeremy drove it up here. I moved it from over there to over here. It runs fine. It's just, it's gonna need a new tensioner. You might well put a time belt on it since it's out the car. And other than that, it's a good running engine. I'm gonna see if anybody wants it on my Instagram. They may end up buying it. I'm only gonna try to get maybe $100 for it. I don't really try to shit people. I just try to get stuff out of my way, and if it helps somebody, that's always a plus. Yeah, I hope y'all enjoying this content, man. Back at it. It's hot today, so I'm sweating pretty good. But yeah, we're getting stuff done, man. Back at it like we never left. So hope y'all enjoying this. Stay tuned. Alrighty guys, next update coming at you. So been working pretty consistent here, and I've got the H23 completely tore down. Exhaust manifold took off. The AC compressor, alternator is off. Got everything all squared away to go. Just looking at the sensor that's broke. I was wrong, this one isn't broke. So we don't have to take the one off the other engine, but this is broke. And we need that. I learned that from the F20B in Nisha's car, that we actually need that as far as like making sure the air fuels read correctly or some shit. It's like an important water temp sensor. So I think the other one on the other engine is okay. I gotta check it, because I want to say the wires came out of that, so I might have to try to rewire it or something. Or if I can get the sensor plug off of this harness, cut that and just wire it to the other plug. I think the plug itself is okay. It's just the wires going into the back side of it, kind of like where the VTEC going in it. So should be okay. But right now I'm about to go ahead, throw the flywheel on, get that tightened all the way down. I don't torque stuff. I never have. I always just give this bitch hell, and however tight it is how tight it be. And so far I haven't had any issues, so I know Kyle and Booster Boys, Emilio, they actually said the same thing. The one time they torque stuff, it back out, but any other time they just tighten the shit out of it and it works. And that's kind of always been my motto. I know it's a certain torque spec. I mean, I got common sense, so I'm not gonna like the bolts that go on the pressure plate. I'm not gonna just torque the shit out of them with the air. I know that. But those flywheel bolts can take a lot of torque, so I just put the heat to them and make sure they don't back out, because you don't want that. But yeah, I got this bad boy pretty much ready for the new harness to go on. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get the flywheel on, get the clutch on, try to mount the transmission up, and once we got all of that mounted up together, then we'll go ahead and throw the wire harness on from the stock engine, and that'll be pretty much it. It should be about ready. My dad actually called me a few minutes ago, and he's welded the front mount solid for him. So that's the same thing I did with the trap car, so he shouldn't have movement like Nisha's car and the dude with the H23 and the CD5. He shouldn't have any movement. When you weld that front one solid, it stops all the movement. Like it's there, so should be good in that sense. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and continue on, man, and try to get this thing ready to go back in. Okay guys, so got the entire harness fully good to go. The last piece to the puzzle is the raw wire harness. Again, big shout out to those guys, man. All you gotta do is contact them. I usually do it by email, and they'll respond almost immediately and tell them what you need, and they'll hook you right up. But this is the last key to the puzzle, and all you gotta do, and it's hard to do this with one hand, but we're gonna try for you guys. But all you have to do is this piece here goes to this side and will connect to the distributor. So spin him around some. See if I can plug this up with one hand. Might be a little hard, but this right here goes to the distributor. I can make it meet up. Okay, come on, baby. Okay guys, so the air compressor came on, but went ahead and plugged it up. But essentially, here's your plug for the crank position sensor, which is normally down here on the H23A engines, like that comes in the car. That'll plug up here. Just route this cleanly out the way, around, and it'll come around to here's where your plug from the distributor plugs up at. And then that'll connect right here. Both of those run together to form the complete distributor for the JDM engine, which is always the best thing. OEM distributors always work best. So a good 80% chance that this distributor is gonna work. That's the beautiful thing about it. And if it works now, it's gonna work for a long time. It lasts pretty good. It's not like eBay where you end up, it might run today and then just stop working tomorrow. But yeah, now that we've got that on, the whole engine is pretty much assembled. I'll probably wait till I get the engine in the car to do all this alternator work stuff at the front. But yeah, other than that, everything is plugged up and ready to go. So next video y'all see, we'll definitely be dropping it in. I may try to muscle it out and drop it in and get everything buttoned up for the first start in the same video. I'll see how I feel when I actually do that. But yeah, for now, I guess this is where we're gonna end this video off. We got ourselves a complete H23A with Prelude transmission. Of course, we've got a lot more work to do than just get the engine in. We gotta finish pulling this entire exhaust from under there, because we have the whole entire cat back over there that's going on. So basically the same stuff we did with Nisha's car, we have to do with this one. So it's all just one big process. I did find this little piece of fuel line return line that I'm gonna try to extend the return line with. I just gotta see if I've got another nipple thing that I can put in this side to make it long enough. And as for the part that goes on the engine for the this is a vacuum, and that's also at the back here. But as for that, I don't think I'm gonna see which one is it. So this is the return line for the fuel, and this is a vacuum line. And what I did this time to extend the vacuum line, I left this little unit on here from the stock motor, and that gave me another, like, with this little extra hose, that gave me like another 5 inches, and that should be more than enough to extend it to right where the vacuum line hooks up. And then the return will be basically the same way. I'm dripping coolant in the floor again, but oh well. But see, the return is just a little short, so once we put that extra piece, it'll bring it up plenty high for us to mount it to the fuel rail. And just like that, the gas will be hooked up. This is always perfect. You don't have to modify that or anything. That's good to go. So yeah, everything else is all set. Also, something I'm gonna do too is pull out this cruise control module thing, because we never use cruise control, and he said this didn't work anyway, so we'll just get rid of all of that. That'll kind of free up a little bit of space over here, because we got a few vacuum lines that ran to it. So get rid of that thing, make it look a little bit cleaner in here. He can always like clean this bay out and make it look a little bit better. He doesn't have to do it with the engine out, so that's one good thing. But yeah, anyway, this is where we're going to end this video. I appreciate everybody for watching. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, because we do this type of thing pretty commonly now. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. As always, I will catch y'all in the next one. Remember, respect all bills. Peace out.